All right, let's talk about one of the biggest, most expensive challenges in business today, digital transformation. You see companies pouring billions and billions of dollars into AI, but here's the kicker. A shocking number of these massive projects are just failing. And it's because most of them are missing one critical piece of the puzzle, and believe me, it is costing them big time. Get this, over 70%. And this isn't just a guess. Research from tech advisory groups like Virtualization Options LLC shows that's the failure rate for digital transformation initiatives. 7 out of every 10 projects just fall flat. I mean, think about that for a second. That's a mind-boggling amount of wasted money, wasted time, and wasted potential. So that really makes you wonder, doesn't it? With stakes this high, you have to ask yourself, is my company on the right track, or are we heading straight for that same cliff? Now look, we all know transformation is a must. You can't avoid it. AI is pushing innovation forward at like twice the normal speed. But that massive failure rate, it tells us there's a huge disconnect between buying all this fancy technology and actually getting the results you paid for. So, what's really going on here? If the tech is so powerful, why are so many companies crashing and burning? Well, the answer is surprisingly simple, but it's the one thing that gets overlooked all the time. It's not about the technology, it's about the people. If you invest in AI without investing in your team, you're basically just setting yourself up for failure. And when this happens, oh man, it hurts. You can see the symptoms everywhere. You get what we call shelfware, super expensive software that just sits on a digital shelf collecting dust because nobody knows how to use it. You get these massive skills gaps. And that, of course, leads to zero user adoption, where everyone just goes back to their old, slow spreadsheets. The result? A whole lot of frustration and resistance. And this gets to the real human cost of it all. When your best people get fed up because they don't have the tools or the training to actually succeed, they leave. And when they walk out that door, years of experience and incredibly valuable company knowledge just walks right out with them. And the hit to your wallet from that? It is huge. It can cost between 30 and 50% of that employee's annual salary just to replace them. All of a sudden, you realize the cost of not training your people is way, way higher than the investment to do it right from the start. But here's the good news. The good news is there is a clear solution. There's a missing link that connects that shiny new technology to actual, tangible business results. And it's all about building skills, confidence, and agility in your team through truly effective AI training. But listen, not all training is created equal, not by a long shot. On one hand, you've got that generic check-the-box training. You know the kind. It teaches clicks, not competence, and it gives you absolutely zero return on your investment. But on the other hand, you have a role-based approach. This is training that's specific to someone's job, focused on their real-world challenges. And this is what actually drives adoption. So where do you start? Well, it all begins with something called general AI literacy. Now, this isn't about turning your entire marketing department into data scientists. No. It's about giving everyone in the organization a solid, foundational understanding of what AI is, what it can do, and the ethics behind it. This demystifies the whole thing and makes people comfortable instead of scared. And once you have that foundation, you build up to the real game changer, role-based AI training. This is where the magic really happens. You move from general concepts to specific practical applications. It's learning that's tailored to an employee's actual job, so they can use AI to solve the problems they're literally facing every single day. And hey, don't just take my word for it. The numbers back this up big time. When you personalize training to someone's specific role, you see things like employee engagement and productivity just skyrocket. People learn faster, and they actually use their new skills because it's not just theory, it's directly relevant to their work. This isn't just a bunch of nice ideas either. Let's dive into a real-world example. A logistics company that put this exact strategy into play and saw some pretty incredible results. Okay, so picture this. Their data was a total mess, scattered across a bunch of different systems. This forced everyone into these slow, manual processes. The result? You guessed it, frequent delivery delays and operational costs that were just through the roof. A classic digital transformation nightmare. So what did they do? Their solution was brilliant, really, and it had 2 key parts. First, they implemented a new centralized AI platform to help with things like route optimization. But, and this is the most crucial part, they didn't just buy the software and hand over the keys. They rolled out a comprehensive role-based training program for everyone, from the drivers and warehouse staff all the way up to the managers. All right, so what were the results? Boom. First off, a 25% improvement in delivery times. By training the teams to truly use the AI, the company got dramatically more efficient, and it happened fast. And that efficiency? It went straight to the bottom line. A 15% reduction in operational costs. This is that tangible, hard dollar ROI that every single executive dreams of seeing from a big tech investment. But honestly, this next number, this is the one that tells the whole story. 92%. That was their employee adoption rate for the new AI tools. 92. This proves without a shadow of a doubt that when you train people for their specific roles, they don't just tolerate the new technology, they embrace it. Okay, so you're probably thinking, that's great, but how do we do that? How can my organization get those kinds of results? Well, it comes down to a clear, repeatable roadmap. It's really a simple 4-step roadmap. First, you have to assess. Figure out where you are right now and identify those skills gaps. Second, you develop blended programs. Mix that general literacy with the role-specific stuff. Third, you deploy it using modern, personalized learning platforms. And finally, and this is key, you monitor, evolve, and iterate. It's not a one-and-done thing. It's a continuous cycle of improvement. You know, there's a quote that just nails the whole point of what we've been talking about. Digital transformation is a journey powered by AI, but only people can steer the ship. The AI is the engine, sure, it gives you the power, but an engine can't steer. For that, you need skilled, confident people at the helm. And that really leaves us with one final, crucial question. You can have the most advanced, most expensive AI on the planet, your technology can be totally ready for the future, but the real question you gotta ask yourself is, are your people? Because at the end of the day, they're the ones who will make or break your success.